philosophical chairs. We've been preparing all week. You have enough notes to keep this discussion going, all right? I am expecting everybody to talk today. I have your roster, and I will be keeping track of how many times you talk. And yes, the amount that you talk, or if you talk, you're going to get points for it. If you are silent, like some kids in my other class, you're not going to get points for this. Okay, I need everyone's participation. We're going to go over the rules of engagement for philosophical chairs. Number 1, be sure you understand the central topic or statement, all right? We've gone over this all week. We already know we're speaking, or we've been learning about religious freedom around the world. My statement is up there for you guys. Religious freedom exists in the world today. Yes or no, okay? Number 2, listen carefully when others speak and try to understand where they're coming from, all right? Try to really understand where they're coming from. Number 3 is wait for the mediator, moi, okay, to recognize you before you speak, all right? I will let you know when you can speak, okay? You must first, okay, really try to summarize what the person said before you start speaking, okay? So if Eric spoke about there not being religious freedom in Israel, and Bianca's going to speak next, you need to try to remember, okay? Sometimes you guys get into it, and I get it, but try to summarize what he said before you speak, okay? If you already spoke on your side, you must wait 3 people before you speak, okay? 3 people have to go before you speak. Be sure that when you speak, you address what has been said and not the person, okay? What has been said. Is there someone that does not understand what I mean by that? Okay, so for example, if Amber were to say, give her statement, don't address her. If she talked about religious freedom in schools, address that topic. Don't go towards her, all right? Address the topic. That make sense now? Okay, good. Guys, keep an open mind, all right? Keep an open mind. This only works if you have an open mind, all right? Have an open mind. I will give you a couple opportunities to move, all right? If someone swayed you, you know, if Carenya said something really good and you're like, oh, you know what? Sister girl's right. I got to move. I'll give you a chance to move over, all right? And if you don't want to move over, that's fine, okay? And the last one is support the mediator, right? Help me help you, okay? Basically, keep things going, flowing smoothly, be polite, and the number 1 thing is respect one another. If someone is speaking, I am expecting you to be listening, okay? Active listening. This will be my no side. This will be my yes side, okay? If you are undecided, you can stand here or behind or out here, okay? But I'm expecting all of you to be listening, all right? Hey, you know what? That's right. All right, so you are undecided. You are yeses and nos. Okay, we will open up the floor. Religious freedom exists in the world today.
Are we allowed to believe whatever we want to believe? Yeah.
I see what you're coming at, but like what you said, like religious freedom, it can be found in many different ways, but when you're at school and stuff like that, then like you're not allowed to pray or like get down on the floor and pray. So that's what I'm coming at. Like you can't get down on the floor and pray, and you can't your teachers might stop you, and it's not like you're not really free. Like you can like I don't know.
I see what you're trying to say, but you can still practice your religion in other places, right?
I see what you're saying, but like when you practice your religion in other places, then maybe someone like doesn't like what you're doing, and then you can always get into like an argument, a disagreement, and then that can turn into something really bad. You can end up dying because of that.
All right, Mickey.
I see what you're trying to say, but I think everybody should have their own rights to pray.
I want to add something to what she says. Not being able to pray in school is taking away most of the time you can pray because you spend most of your time in school than outside of school, like in your house or other places.
I like what you said because school is your family. You're not home all the time, so it's not really fair to the kids who come to school and they can't pray because they're not allowed to get down or pray or anything. They just have to sit there the rest of the day, and then when they get out of school, they're with their family, and then that's when they only have a couple of hours to pray. Because when you're at school, you have at least 6 or 7 hours to do what you want.
I see what you're saying there, but if you do let people exercise their religious freedom at school, you wouldn't be able to let all religions. Once you do one, you have to allow all the other religions, and then that would take up class time.
In Article 18, it says, everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religious freedom. Conscience and religion. This right includes freedom of change his religion or belief in freedom.
Like in most parts of the world, there's a certain time and place where you can pray or do anything religiously.
I'd like to add to that by saying that in most of the world, there is religious freedom now. So, it's not most. There are some places that don't have as much religious freedom as we do, but they do have some religious freedom.
I'm going to give you one last chance to move if you haven't moved or if you've been persuaded. After that, you have to stay there. All right? You're going to stay there and you have to defend why you're sitting there. And I need you guys to be talking. I need you guys to participate. Some of you haven't participated. All right? We're giving points. All right? So if you need to move, now is the time to move. You guys stand the other side? Okay. Got it?
Why, Bianca? Why?
We spend more than half of our life in school, and that means that we don't have a lot of time to actually practice our religion. And so I know that there are some certain places and certain times, but sometimes we don't really have time to go there.
Right up.
Well, I mean, I see what you're saying, but we only have 6 hours of school, and we end at 2, so we have, like 6 more hours until we go to sleep, so we can still.
Okay. All right. I'm going to redirect you guys just a little bit. Okay. Think about those questions that you have on your notes. All right. How has religious freedom been represented? All right. What is the current status of it? All right. You guys are kind of deviating from that, so try to really stay focused on those questions. All right.
If you go to a religious school, you have the right to like practice your prayers and stuff.
Okay.
I see what you're saying, but then again, like at public schools like this, you could ask the teacher for like a moment outside or something so you could go pray or do something religious.
I'd like to add to what Raymond said, because it says, well, in school, I see that you can't pray, but that doesn't take away from religious freedom. That's more of the education's fault. That doesn't take anything away from religious freedom.
If a kid from a public school has time to go to a Catholic school, what if they're not the same religion and they don't pray the same? Like if they don't if they had a different symbol or something?
then they wouldn't be able to pray the same, and maybe the church wouldn't allow that?
Going back to like religious tolerance, I'm sure that Catholic school or something like that could tolerate your religion or whatever you stand for, and you could do something like that.
Right?
Like kind of what I said before. You could ask the teacher for a moment outside of the classroom, so you're not interrupting anything or disturbing the class.
I guess that would take your time from class and your note taking away.
That's the,
But that
that's the education for. That's the education
Yeah.
system. That's their school.
The First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution says that everyone in the United States has the right to practice his or her own religion.
Like what kind of teacher you have, like will he actually let you go? Or yeah, because not all teachers can let you.
Alyssa?
I see what you're saying, and to go back to what Kayla was saying, if someone walks by, they don't, with the government, they don't have the right to, like, kick you out and like stop what you're doing. And it says with the government that it says that everyone has the right for his or her religion to practice whenever and wherever they want.
What Kayla said about what if somebody walked into the hallway and doesn't like what you said, but it says if an official has told you that you can't pray at all during the school day, your right to exercise your religion is being violated.
Do you want to add on to that, Fro?
I want to add on to yours. Well, not add. No, not add on, but like,
Okay, go ahead.
when you said if the principal doesn't like it, but what can like the principal do? Like, can it's their religion or they?
You sure? Okay. Great. Add on.
I want to add on to what Fredo said. When he said, like, about what the principal can do, she can't do anything legally because there's a sworn binding document that nobody can stop you from practicing your religion in a public school.